this is going in the going through the gate as you go into the Revolutionary War battlefield. I don't know whether you can read this or not. Maybe you can. It says this stone marks the field whereon was fought the Battle of the Eutawville, September 8, 1781, between a force of the United States under Major General Nathaniel Greene and a force of Great Britain under Colonel Stuart Never. Neither side was victorious, but the fight was beneficial to the American cause. Erected by Eutawville Chapter, DAR, 1912. And then there's a cemetery right there, but I can't read what's on that headstone because it's worn over time. And then here's another sign that says grave of Major Banks. The British Army encamped at Watute Plantation, home of Daniel Ravenel, after the Battle of Eutaw Springs, now under Lake Moultrie. It was 25 miles southeast in St. John's Parish, 5 miles west of Bono. Major Banks died and was buried here on October 12, 1781. This grave and marker were moved here in 1941 by the South Carolina Public Service Authority. This was erected by the South Carolina State Commission of Forestry in 1965, and that's the grave site. Alright, right over there is where I'm going. That's where the spring is. Here's another, before I go there, here's another showing the Battle of Eutaw Springs. Shows Eutaw Springs going out into the Santee River a long time before the lake was ever flooded. This is Santee limestone, Sir Charles Lyell, 1797 to 1875. Noted British geologist, visited South Carolina in 1842 and described its geology in the Travels in North America. Published in several editions, he named the bedrock limestone underlying this area Santee limestone. Lyell estimated Santee limestone to date from the Eocene epoch, more than 40 million years ago. It says limestone and marl formations. Many kinds of fossil marine animals are found embedded in Santee limestone. This limestone in solution form sinks and subsides and subsurfaces caves. Eutaw Springs now flooded by Lake Marion, followed by such channels as impure limestone based clay known as Cooper marl, overlies Santee limestones throughout the low country. Both are primary raw materials in Portland cement produced nearby. To give you an idea where I am, this is Bell's Marina. And that's Eutaw Creek right there going out to the lake. Other than that cat right there, me and him the only ones out here. That is the water flowing out of the springs into the Eutawville Creek. Now I got to negotiate. Okay, Ned, this is day 3. I came down here Monday, started taping this thing, well, Sunday with your mother, and Monday night I looked at the football game and I recorded over, well, I had already taped, so I had to do it again. But anyhow, this is Wednesday. This is the spring flowing into Utah Creek. Back over there, where you see that truck and that house, that's the road that forks off to the left after you pass Bell's Restaurant. Somebody came here years ago before they flooded the lake and built a wall around this thing and had a pipe right there where the water could drain out, kind of like a well. But this is one of the springs. See down in it, and that's where it's flowing out into the lake. And this spring right here, last Sunday, it wasn't flowing, but it's flowing today. And if you look down in the bottom of this thing, I don't know whether you can see it with this or not, but there's a couple of little brim down in the bottom of this thing. There's two of them in there. I don't know whether it's enough light to see that or not, but anyhow, there's a couple of brim in that thing. That hole is probably about 10 foot deep, then it branches off and water's coming up through it. But this is the creek. Walk around the corner here. Show you where I am. That's looking down Eutawville Creek. And that's Bell's Marina right there. Oh, this is limestone. It's all over the place. But there's one of them right there, and there's the other one. And there's a lot of them out here under the water that you can't see. But anyhow, I'll talk with you later. Well, this is where I kind of had to go up the little hill to get back. Anyhow, here's a couple of the pine trees just in here on the battle site. This one right here, not a whole lot of these left. This is probably a loblolly, it's not a longleaf. But this tree is about 3.5 foot in diameter. And it's been here a long time. And this is the, looking back towards Highway 6. Talk with you later.
Towards the big lake.
All right, Ned. This is me and Kenneth Hutto. Smile for the camera.
Yeah, right.
How come this thing is not zooming in and zooming out?
Hitting the wrong finish.
No, I'm not. There it is. There's Kenneth. Say hi, Ned.
Hi there.
Ned, this is the lake's right at 6 foot low. Those are concrete pillars right there. Right out from Ferguson. There's roughly 350 of them out there. I counted 20 of them in one row, and there's about 15 rows of them out there. This thing right here, that's a cement wall that comes all the way out.
Them seagulls sitting over there on the ground.
But that is bad news. If the lake come up about a foot from where it is right now, you wouldn't see none of that stuff. Yeah, I'm trying to drive the boat and run the VCR at the same time. You tell me why the DNR don't mark this stuff out here.
There's a big one right there, ain't quite out yet, eh?
so people don't be tearing this stuff up.
Some of them comes on out here, you can't see them. You don't see them.
There's the kill, most of it's about gone. Right over in there is where me and your mama got the bricks for the fireplace and the patio and the walkway and all that stuff.
I think those old bricks there, we found some made in Chicago.
There I'm in the crossover, the clear cut, going across the lake. This tree up here is the one where I had the Eutawville, New York City sign on. Well, the New York City, the boat finally worked out and it's down at the bottom of the lake. But we still got Eutawville. Put that up there probably about 15 years ago. I had to stop what I was doing and slow the motor down. Anyhow, this will give you an idea how many stumps is I chain with the lake this low. That tall, I don't know if you can see it or not, but that tall, skinny, tall one right there, that's the needle tree.
Oh, it ain't hardly any tall trees that either come around the roof then.
Not no more, not since Hugo got rid of all the tall ones.
All gone. One every now and then. And it ain't got no limbs on it.
Oh, what's going on here? I ain't getting nothing now.
You got to turn it on.
It's on and I got it on.
The 438